Hi family, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back. My name is Anne. If you're new here, you are welcome. Consider subscribing to join the family. Now, I'm very glad to be able to bring this tutorial. This is a highly requested tutorial. So let's get straight to the tutorial. So guys, these are the materials that we are going to be using for this tutorial. So this is how the back looks like. So first of all, I have my flip-up slipper. So I've already cut off the sides of the slipper. Like this. So that's my slipper. I also have my fishing line of 0.4. I later changed it to 0.5 of the fishing line. These are my pearl beads of 6 mm, and then don't mind the colors though. You can use any color you prefer. I also have my round gold beads of 2 mm. I have my zipper and then my glue, which I'll be using to attach the zipper to the flip-up slipper. This is my plier, and then this is my needle for the sewing. So let's get straight to this tutorial. I also had my scissors as well. Okay, so we are going to start by making the back of the sandal like this. So I'll cut enough length of the fishing line, so about 30 inches of the fishing line, or as long as you are comfortable or able to work with. So like I said, I changed this to 0.5 of the fishing line. I changed the fishing line to 0.5. So we are going to start with this. Like I said, don't mind the mixed colors. You can use same color or any color that you prefer. So I'm going to pick 5 beads. So after picking the 5 beads like this, pick a 6th bead or pick another bead to make it 6, and then use the other side of your fishing line to cross it like this. And pull it towards the center of your fishing line. After I use one side to pick 2 beads, use one side of your fishing line to pick 2 beads, and use the other side to also pick 2 beads like this. Use the other side to also pick 2 beads like this. Pick another bead and then cross it with the other side of your fishing line as seen. Repeat this step by picking 2 beads with one side of your fishing line. Pick 2 beads with one side of your fishing line, and then use the other side of your fishing line to also pick 2 beads. Use the other side to also pick 2 beads. Pick another bead like this. And use the other side of your fishing line to cross it like this. Repeat the step. So use one side to pick 2 beads. Use the other side to also pick 2 beads. Pick another bead like this and then cross it with the other side of your fishing line. Okay, so go ahead and then repeat the step by picking 2 beads for one side of your fishing line like this. Use the other side to also pick 2 beads like so. Use the other side to also pick 2 beads. Okay, after that, pick a bead like this and use the other side to cross it like this. So after reaching here, you realize that if you count the middle of the beads, you should be having 6 beads in the middle. Okay, so from here, we are going to use one side of our fishing line to pick 2 beads. Use one side of your fishing line to pick 2 beads, like so. Now, after picking 2 beads, pick a bead like this. Pick a bead, and then use the other side of your fishing line to cross it. And this will enable the direction of your fishing line to change to the side. This will enable the direction of your fishing line to change. After that, use that same side of the fishing line to pick 2 beads like this. Pick another bead like this and cross it to the other side of your fishing line. This will also make the direction of your fishing line to change again. Okay, so upon changing, use the fishing line that is on the design to pass through the first and second side beads like so. The first and second side beads like so. Okay, now use the other fishing line pointing outwardly like this. Use that one to also pick 2 beads. Like this. Pick a bead, another bead, and then cross it to the other side of your fishing line. So you repeat the step. Use the fishing line pointing towards your design like this to pass through 2 beads, the next 2 beads on the sides. The next 2 beads on the sides like this. The next 2 beads on the sides like this. Okay, so after that, use the other side of the fishing line pointing outward like this to also pick 2 beads. After that, pick another bead and then cross it with the other side of your fishing line like this. Repeat the step. Pass your fishing line which is directing or which is on your design to pass through the next 2 beads just as I did. Mind you, your fishing line will be tangling along the way, so you just have to detangle it and then move on. To pass through the next first 2 beads. The next 2 beads on the side. And then use the other side of your fishing line to also pick 2 beads. Like this. Pick another bead and then cross it with the other side of your fishing line. Like so. Okay, repeat the step. Pass through the next 2 beads on the sides. Like so. Pass through the next 2 beads on the sides like so. And then use the other side of your fishing line to pick 2 beads. Like so. Okay, after that, pick another bead like this and then cross it to the other side of your fishing line. After that, use your fishing line to pass through the last 2 beads on the side. Use your fishing line to pass through the last 2 beads on the sides like this. And then use the other fishing line pointing outwardly to also pick 3 beads. This time around, pick 3 beads. So guys, after picking the 3 beads like this, go ahead and then pick another bead like this and then cross it to the other side of your fishing line. This is it. So after reaching here, we are done with one side. We already have one side down. So you're going to tie it by passing your fishing line through the hole in the bead, create a loop and then pull it out. Repeat this like 3 to 4 times or how many times that you want. After that, pass through some of the beads. Use your fishing line to pass through some of the beads before you cut off the excess of your fishing line. Do it for both sides of your fishing line. So guys, we are done with this. This is going to be the back. This is where we are attaching our zip and then attach it to the back of our slipper like this. So yeah, let's put this aside and then make the top of the slipper. and make the top of the slipper. So I'll go ahead and cut the length of the fishing line that I'll be able to work with. After that, we are going to be doing matting. We'll be doing this a lot on the channel. So pick 4 beads. This is what you are going to be doing. Pick 4 beads like this, and then use the other side of your fishing line to cross the last bead that was picked. This is what you should achieve. After that, use one side to pick a bead, and then use the other side to also pick a bead like this. Pick another bead like this, and then cross it to the other side of your fishing line. This is matting. We'll be doing it a lot on this channel, so keep on watching more videos here and you understand this. Repeat the step by picking a bead for one side, pick another for the other side, pick a third bead, and then cross it with the other side of your fishing line. Okay, so repeat the step. Pick a bead for one side like this. Pick a bead for the other side as well. Then pick another bead like this and then cross it to the other side of your fishing line. So you are repeating this until you achieve your desired length. So like I said, repeat this until you achieve your desired length. Okay, so this is it. After making, it's supposed to have 13 beads on the sides and then 14 beads in the middle. So this is going to be used for the top of the sandal. So I brought out my needle. I'm going to cut a comfortable length of the fishing line that I can work with. So after cutting that, insert your fishing line to the hole in the needle with one side of your fishing line longer than the other, like so. So guys, after attaching my fishing line on the needle, this is our zipper that we are going to sew the other back parts of the sandal onto it. So now I folded in the edge of the zipper like so, the edge of the zipper like so, and then I'm going to pass my needle through it like this to secure the fishing line on it. So I'll repeat the step like this. Okay, so after that, I'm going to use the edge of the fishing line to tie it up. I'm going to tie this up like so. Then cut off the excess length of the fishing line off like this. Okay, so after attaching your fishing line to the zipper, I'm going to sew on the first back part of the beads. I don't know whether I'm making sense, but I'm going to attach the back parts of the sandal onto the zipper, like what I'm doing. If you didn't even get the explanation, watch the video and you understand what I'm trying to say. So I pass my needle through some of the beads and then pierce through the zipper on the side like so. I'll come up through the zipper like this and then pass my needle through the beads like so, then pierce through the zipper again like this, and then come up through the zipper again and then pass through some of the beads like this. At least pass through the 2 beads on the sides, pass through 2 beads anytime you come up through the zipper. Now caution, please be careful when doing this because you might end up hurting your fingers. So be careful while sewing your back part of the sandal onto your zipper like so. that's exactly how you be attaching the back part of the sandal onto the zipper. You pierce up through the zipper like so, and then pass through the 2 beads on the sides like this. You pass through the 2 beads on the sides like this, and then pierce back through the zipper, and then pierce through the zipper down like this, and then you come up again. So now after reaching here, I'll go ahead and then tie this up by just passing through the holes in the beads like so, and then secure it on the zipper. After that, I just pass through one of the side of the beads like this. So I'm going to be opening up my zipper like this. I'm going to be opening up my zipper and then turn it to this side. Turn it this way. Pierce through the zipper through the beads like so. Repeat it, and then after doing it, pierce through it, create a loop, and then pass your needle back through it just to tie it on, to tie both of them onto the zipper. So after tying this up, just pass through some of the beads before you cut off the excess of your fishing line. So guys, I went ahead and then attached the other side to the zipper as well. So this is how it came out. I will go ahead and then tie it up at the edge, just as I did for the other side. Tie it up and then cut off the excess of the fishing line before attaching it to the back of the flip-up slipper. So guys, this is it after attaching the other side to the zipper as well. So this is how the back of the sandal looks like. So guys, having done that, we'll be adding the back of this to the slipper very soon. So I'm touching my fishing line with the needle. I'm attaching it, so I pass through some the down parts of the back part of the sandal like this and tie it up as I'm doing. Tie it firmly as you can. Tie it as firmly as you can. Okay, so after that, you pass the excess of the fishing line through some of the beads before you cut off the excess. So this is it. We've attached our fishing line with a needle on it like this. So I'm going to be attaching this to the slipper. So this is it. I just got my needle ready on the fishing line. So I'm placing it at the back of the flip-up slipper like this, and then carefully, let me caution you here, be careful with your fingers, else you might end up hurting yourself. Place it at the back of the flip-up slipper like this, and then carefully pierce through this flip-up slipper from the very end of the side of the back of the slipper like so. like this. Pierce through, carefully pierce through it with the help of your plier. In this case, plier is very helpful here. If you are not using a plier, you will end up struggling and maybe hurting yourself. So let your plier help you out. So I pierce through the back parts of the slipper like so, and then pull out the fishing line. I'll also go back to pass my needle through the slipper like this. I'm piercing it back through the slipper like this with the help of my plier, and then pull it out at the end like so. Pull it at the end like so, and then pass through the bead like this. Pass through the bead like this, and then I'll go ahead and pass through the zipper at the edge like this before piercing through the slipper. So that's exactly so. So go ahead and then use your plier to pull out the needle like so. This is simple. If I don't even explain and you watch this carefully, you understand it yourself. Okay, so after coming up through the slipper, I'll go down again like this. Make sure you don't space up too big. I'll pierce through the slipper like this. Use my plier to pull out the needle like so. And then I'll go ahead and then pierce through the zipper again. I'll pierce through the zipper again like so. Okay, after that I'm going to pass my needle through the bead like this, and then pierce through the back of the flip up slipper up with the help of my plier. So repeat going up and down with your needle until you reach the very edge of your slipper. So guys, after reaching the very end of your slipper, pass through the bead like this. Create a loop, a small loop or a big loop like this, and then pass your needle back through it. Repeat the step by passing through the bead, create a loop, and then pull out your needle like so. Repeat this as many times as you can before you pass through some of the bead to secure it more, and then cut off the excess of your fishing line. This is simple. If you don't get the explanation, watch the video and you get me better. So guys, we are done with sewing to the back of the slipper. So I'm going to make it more secured on it by applying my glue, my adhesive glue on the zipper area like this, and the zipper area like this, and then press it more to secure it. Just pour a little amount of it and then press it down at the back to make it more secured on the slipper. So guys, please subscribe if not yet subscribed to the channel. Like this video, leave a comment on the parts that you didn't understand and I will attend to you. Share this video to your friends and family and let us grow this family more bigger. This is how the back looks like. Let's go to the top of it. So like we made earlier, we have 13 beads at the sides and then 14 beads in the middle. So I'm going to be completing the top side of the sandal before we attach that to the slipper as well. So I'm going ahead to cut about 30 inches of the fishing line. I'm going ahead to cut about 30 inches of the fishing line, and then I'll go ahead to pick some of the beads. I'll go ahead to pick 5 beads. I'll go ahead to pick 5 of the pearl beads. Now the 5th bead that was picked, use the other side of your fishing line. Place them in the middle of your fishing lines first, and then use the other side of your fishing line to cross the last bead or the 5th bead that was picked and pull it towards the center of your fishing line. So after achieving that, pick a 8mm pearl bead. You can use same color or what you prefer. After picking that, use the other side of your fishing line to cross it like this. Okay. To cross it like this and then pull both sides of your fishing line. Okay guys, so after this, locate the direct opposite bead to the middle bead like this, the big one, the big bead that we just picked. Locate the direct opposite bead to it and then pass your fishing line one side of it through it like this and the other side to also cross the same bead. I hope you are getting what I'm trying to say. So guys, after that is done, bring out your round seed beads like this, and then you're going to fill up the top part of the sandal. So I'll use one side of my fishing line to pass through the immediate side bead at one side like this, and then use the other side to also pass through the other mat like this, the very first side bead on it like this. Okay, so after that I'm going to go ahead and then use both sides of my fishing lines to pick 4 of the round seed beads each. 4 of the round seed beads each. So like I said, pick 4 beads for each of the fishing lines. This is the first one to pick 4 beads, and then use the other side to also pick 4 beads. So after picking the beads, locate the second middle bead on the mat like this. the second middle bead, 1 2, and then use the opposite side fishing line to pass through it like this. And then on the second mat, locate the middle, or locate the middle second bead like this, and then use the opposite fishing line to also pass through like this and pull out your fishing lines. So this is how it should turn out. After that, use the fishing line to pass through the immediate side bead. This immediate side bead on top like this, pass through it, and then pass through the middle bead like this. Okay, do same for the other side of your mat. Pass through the first immediate side bead. Pass through the immediate side bead like this, and then pass through the middle bead like this. Okay, so after achieving this, use both sides of your fishing line to pick 5 beads. Use both sides of your fishing lines to pick 5 beads each. Use the other side to also pick 5 beads. After that, interchangeably pass your opposite side fishing lines. Pass your opposite fishing lines to the opposite middle bead. So, pass your fishing lines interchangeably into both of your middle beads. Okay, so after achieving that, repeat the step. After achieving that, repeat the step by passing your fishing line through the immediate side bead like this, then through the middle bead like this. Do same for the other side of the mat as well. Pass through the first immediate side bead like so. Pass through the first immediate side bead and then through the middle bead like so. Okay, from here move on to pick 6 beads, and then pick 6 beads for each of the sides of your fishing lines. Use both of your fishing lines to pick 6 beads, and then pass your fishing lines through the opposite middle beads interchangeably as we did earlier. Use the other side to pass through the opposite middle bead, and use the other one to also pass through the opposite middle bead. After that, pass through the immediate side bead like this, and then through the middle bead like this. Do same for the other mat as well. Pass through the immediate side bead and then through the middle bead like so. And then move on to pick 7 beads for each of your fishing lines. Pick 7 beads for each of your fishing lines. So as you move forward, your number of the seed beads increases. After picking the seed beads, pass your fishing lines through the opposite middle beads as we did earlier. Pass your fishing lines through the opposite middle beads as we did earlier. After that, pass your fishing line through the immediate side bead like this, and then through the middle bead like this. After that, do same for the other side of the mat as well, by passing your fishing line through the immediate side bead like this, and then through the middle bead like this. Then move forward to pick 8 seed beads. As I said earlier, the more you move forward, the more your number of the seed beads increases. So pick 8 seed beads for each side of your fishing lines. After picking the seed bead, pass your fishing lines through the opposite middle beads as we were doing earlier. So exactly so that you'll be repeating until the very end of both sides of your mat. As you move on, you increase the number of the seed beads that you'll be picking. So from 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So exactly so that you'll be doing till the very end. Okay guys, so this is it. This is it from 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now on the 13th side, when you move on to the last stage, the last stage like this, we'll be repeating the 13th number of the seed beads. You can move on to 14, but due to my preference, what I want to make it, repeat the 13th. So pick 13 seed beads for each of your fishing lines. Pick 13 seed beads for each of your fishing lines. After that, pass your fishing lines through the opposite middle beads at the end. So this is it. After that, tie it up by passing your fishing line through the bead, create a loop, and then pull out your fishing line. Repeat this like 3 to 4 times. After that, you pass through some of the beads before you cut off the excess of your fishing lines. Do this for both sides of your fishing lines. I think after this, then we are done with the top part of the sandal. This is how it looks like. This is it. As you can see, I've already done the other side of my sandal. So pass through some of the beads, just as I said, and cut off the excess of your fishing line. So this is how it is. We are going to be fixing this one on the flip-flop slipper. So get your needle and your fishing line ready. Cut enough length of the fishing line that you can work with, and then pass your fishing line through the needle like this, with one side of the fishing line longer than the other, and then attach your fishing line through the edge or the circle at your top part of the sandal like this. Tie it up for like 4 times, and then pass the excess through some of the beads before you cut off the excess of the fishing line. So guys, after attaching your fishing line to the top part of the sandal, I'm just going to go ahead and then carefully pierce through the top parts of my slipper like this with the help of my plier. This part, I'm not going to lie to you, is kind of difficult, but then you have to squeeze your face and then do it. But be careful of your finger, be careful of your fingers because you don't want to get hurt. If you are not patient enough, you might get hurt. So I'll pass or pierce my needle through the top part of it like so, with the help of my plier, pull it up like this, and then pass it through the bead, pass it through the bead like this to secure it on it, and then start to tie it up by passing through the bead. Create a loop and then pull out your needle. Repeat this like 3 to 4 times. Repeat this like 3 to 4 times. Pass your needle through the bead, create a loop at the end, and then pass your needle back through it to secure it. Okay, I'm going to pierce through the top of the slipper for the last time with the help of my plier like this and pull it out, and then go up again through the top of the slipper, and then go up again by piercing through the top of the slipper like this. This is just to make it more secured on the top of the slipper. You don't want to get this off when you're walking. So for the last time, I pierce back through the top of the slipper and then pass it through the bead like this and tie it up again to make sure it is firm and strong on the top of the flip-flop slipper. After that, I'll pass my needle through this, create a loop, and then pass my needle back through it just to tie it up. After that, I'll pass through some of the beads like I'm doing before I cut off the excess of my fishing line. So guys, as you can see, we have our slipper somehow ready. So it's left with the side. It's left with the side. This is simple. So let's get it done already. So from here, I'm going to cut about 20 or 30 inches of the fishing line like this. So I'm just trying to match this up. So I counted up to the 6th bead on the side like this, and then pass my fishing line through it like so. 1 2 3 4 5 6, the 6th bead, I pass my my fishing line through it like this, and leave a little of the fishing line at the end and tie it up on this on the top part of the sandal, and tie it up by passing through the bead, creating a loop, and then pulling out the end of the fishing line. Repeat it like 4 times, then pass through some of the beads like I'm doing before you cut off the excess of the fishing line. Okay guys, so now that we've attached the fishing line to the top parts of the slipper, I'm going to be picking the round seed beads. I'm going to be picking 25 of the round seed beads like so. I'm going to be picking 25 of the round seed beads. So guys, after picking 25 of the round seed beads, locate the 6th bead on the back part of the slipper like this. Locate the seed beads at the back part of the slipper like this, and then pass your fishing line through it like so. Pass your fishing line through it like so, and then pull your fishing line. Okay. So after that, I went ahead and then passed my fishing line through the next bead on the back part of the sandal. Okay, so after that, I'll go ahead and then pick 22 of the seed beads. I'll go ahead and pick 22 of the seed beads. Okay guys, so after picking the 22 beads, I'll located the next side bead on the top part of the sandal and pass it through, and then pass my fishing line through it. After that, go ahead and then pick 20 of the seed beads. This is simple. The side part is very simple. If you even don't get my explanation, looking at the video will make it self-explanatory. So after picking the 20 beads, locate the next side beads on the back parts of the sandal and then pass your fishing line through it like this. Okay, so from this we are going to go ahead and then pick 15 beads and then pick 15 beads. So after picking the 15 bead, locate the next side beads on the top part of the sandal and pass your fishing line through it just as I did. Okay, so from here I'll go ahead from the 15 bead, I'll go ahead and then pick 12 of the seed beads and then pick 12 of the seed beads. After that, I will locate the next side beads on the back parts of the sandal and pass my fishing line through it. Okay guys, so from here, I'll move on to pick 10 of the round seed beads. I'll move on to pick 10 of the seed beads like I'm doing. After that, I'll pass through the next side beads. The next side bead on the top part of the slipper. So after achieving this, I'll pass my needle up like this. I'll pass my needle up like this and then tie my fishing line on it by passing my fishing line through the hole in the bead, create a loop and then pull out the fishing line. Repeat this like 4 times. After that, pass through some of the beads like I'm doing. Pass through some of the beads just as I'm doing before you cut off the excess of the fishing line. So guys, one side of our sandal is ready. So we are going to repeat the same step for the other side as well. Locate the 6th bead at the side and then start by doing this same for it. Locate the 6th bead on the side and then pass your fishing line through it. Pass your fishing line through it and then tie it up. Leave a little of the fishing line at the end and then tie it up. After that, after tying it up, pass the excess of the fishing line through the beads just as I'm doing. Pass the excess of your fishing line through the beads before you cut off the excess of the fishing line. So guys, subscribe if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel. Like this video, leave a comment on where you didn't understand and share this video to your friends and family. So I'll go up like this and then I'll go ahead and pick 25 of the seed beads just as we started. Pick 25 of the seed beads. Locate the 6th bead on the back part of the sandal. Locate the 6th bead at the back part of the sandal and then pass your fishing line through it. So guys, from here move on to pick 22 of the seed beads. Now this area specifically depend on the round measurement of your ankle. This area specifically depend on the round measurement of your ankle. So move on to 22 of the seed beads. Pick 22 of the seed beads and then locate the next side bead on top of the the sandal, and then locate the next side bead on the slipper and then pass your fishing line through it. So from picking of 22 beads of the seed beads, you move on to 20 beads. Move on to 20 beads. So pick 20 beads now. Pick 20 seed beads. After picking the beads, locate the next side bead on the back part of the sandal and then pass your fishing line through it. And then pass your fishing line through it like so. So guys, from the 20, move on to pick 15 of the beads. Move on to pick 15 of the beads. So as I said earlier, this counting of the beads that I'm doing depends on the round circumference of your ankle. If you are the person that has a bigger ankle, you have to increase the size. If you have your ankle is smaller, just decrease the number of the seed beads that you pick. So this is to your preference. So guys, after arriving at the very last end of your slipper, pass your fishing line through some of the beads like this, create a loop and then pull out your fishing line to tie this up. Repeat it like 4 times. After that, pass through some of the beads like I'm doing before you cut off the excess of the fishing line. So this is it. Thank you guys for watching this video. Like this video, leave a comment in the comment section, share this video to your friends and family, and then watch more videos on this channel. Stay tuned for more videos. Love you all. Bye.